Hello! Welcome to my channel. My name is Krista Llewellyn and I'm a makeup artist and a makeup educator, and today I'm going to be doing a Juno Birch inspired makeup. I am a very big fan of the extraordinary drag queen Juno Birch, and I don't know if you know this or not, but Juno and Trixie Mattel, or Trixie Cosmetics, came out with a gorgeous new eyeshadow palette, as well as a whole line of other stuff, including eyelashes, a face mask, glorious things. Those are the things that I bought. But today, because I have these lovely palettes, I wanted to do a Juno Birch inspired makeup. I've actually done a Juno Birch makeup in a live stream before on Instagram, so if you scroll through my Instagram all the way to the dreaded 2020, you can find that live available. But I don't really think I did her quite as justice in that particular live stream. I did not like my wig, and I thought I made my face look much like I do whenever I try to do drag makeup. I make my face look too long, and I kind of, for my tiny petite little girly face, I need to sort of elongate it this way more instead of this way. So we're gonna do a redo, and we're gonna try out that makeup again today with the help of some glorious eyeshadows. Now, I've already sort of dipped into these for my everyday makeup, and they are absolutely fabulous. I really love it. Great color payoff. The pans are huge, just like so big. You can use them as like blush, contour, or eyeshadow. And the one I'm a particular big fan of is this one right here. It's called Joy Desperate, and it's just like a gorgeous sort of neutral shimmer, which I like to use on my eyelids for like everyday looks. But then there's a ton of other beautiful colors in here that will help aid us in our makeup today. So today my makeup is inspired by this look, though I'm gonna have a different wig. And as you can see, she is just a beautiful space goddess, blue tinted skin. So a few things that you'll learn in our video today is, first off, going to be covering and laying down your eyebrows. And then secondly is doing sort of like an all over skin tone that's different than normal skin tone. So for her, she's an alien, and so her skin tone is blue. And you want to be able to create sort of color differences within the skin itself so that it looks a little bit more natural. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to look great, we're going to look fabulous, and let's get started with this makeup. So first I'm just going to put my hair up so it doesn't get into the way, and then we're going to start to cover eyebrows. So I'm going to try covering my brows the old school drag queen way by using the Purple Elmer's glue stick. Now this one is an older glue stick from my kit, and I think I'm gonna actually retire this one, so I'm just gonna go directly onto my eyebrows first. And I'm going against the grain of my hair. That way I get all of the glue on the backside of my hair and the eyebrows, and then I'm going to go up and against the skin. So you really just want to press the glue stick into the skin. You can also do this with prosthetic adhesive like Pros-Aide or Telesis. I've done that several times. But with the glue stick, you do get a little bit more body to the glue itself. It obviously has like a thickener to like make it into the stick. So you can use it to sort of get rid of texture as well. Okay, so that's one side. I'm gonna go through on the other. And with brow covers, you really want to brush the hair up, because that will help for it to lay flat against the skin instead of laying on top of other bits of hair. So really that upward motion helps. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a spatula, scrape off a little bit from the glue stick, and layer it, especially in the thickest part of the hair, and really pressing the hair into the skin with the flat part of your palette knife. And this will help to sort of fill in the gaps in the hair so that there's a little bit less texture. And I say a little bit less texture, not fully untextured. Like so. I'm gonna go through on the other brow. do the same thing. So now that I have all of my brows laid down with the Elmer's glue, I'm going to go through with a little bit of RCMA No Color powder and a powder puff and really pack on the powder. This stage will really be able to help you see how much texture is in the brow. You can get some like little glue burgers on the skin. You just want to make sure that you get those off. So now that I have my brows covered, I'm going to go through, add a little bit of a primer to my skin, and then go in with the skin tone. So I'm using the Makeup Forever Hydra Boost Primer, which is great for my dry skin. Adding it all over, just to create that perfect canvas for the rest of what we're going to be doing today. Make sure not to get it onto your eyebrows. So I'm going to take my Makeup Forever Flash Palette and I'm going to mix sort of a pastel-y blue, and that was going to be the base of my foundation. So taking mostly the Clown White that I have, and just a little tiny nick of this darker blue, as well as this more sort of like greeny blue. So I have my skin tone. I'm going to go ahead and take a stipple brush and do a thick layer of it all over my entire skin. So a dual fiber brush, and just stippling it on. And this is mostly just to get the color onto the skin. I'll go through with a sponge and sort of blend it in a little bit more. I'm just trying to pack the color onto there. Drag is a full coverage sport, so you really don't want to skimp on the product, I say, as a cis woman who isn't the best at drag makeup. I won't lie, it is definitely a skill I would love to sharpen. And I'm sort of avoiding my eyelid right now just because I want to put on an eyeshadow primer, and I'm of the school of always using eyeshadow primer. I know a lot of people who say that you can just use cream and it will stay fine on the eyelid and it won't crease. However, my eyelids do not agree with that, so we're gonna use a primer. I'm gonna take it down a little bit on my neck. I might put a scarf on or something to try to avoid doing a lot of paint on myself. Though I stupidly bought a sleeveless dress for this look, not remembering that she's blue and I would need to paint my entire body blue. So we might have to get a little bit clever with how I hide my skin. The first time I did this Juno Birch makeup, I did it as like a lavendery purple color, which she hasn't done very often. I feel like she did that like once or twice on her YouTube channel, but she's mostly this like pastel-y blue, sort of a periwinkle. And I'm hoping that the wig will mostly cover my ears. These little details I might just color on like after I get everything on, you know? Okay, I'm gonna add on a little bit of eye primer, and this is my personal Inglot eye primer. I'm gonna dab it on with my finger, mostly on the eyelid itself because the rest of it, the color stays fine. It's like where it creases is where I have the most trouble. Always make sure that you do not crease your lid after you have put on shadow primer until you've powdered it. Same for any creams too. So I'm gonna keep my eyes sort of like half open so that they're not creasing. Sort of blend it a bit with my sponge and powder my lids. Just my lids. I'm not gonna powder my whole face yet because I haven't blended everything out yet, and I'm also gonna do some cream contour, but I want to make sure my lids stay creaseless. Just there. Now I'm going to take my sponge and just make sure everything is nice and blended, no brush strokes. So now we're going to go through and do a little bit of contouring now that I look like a ghost from a 1940s film. I'm just going to mix up a lighter and a darker version of this color, so going through with mostly white on one side and then a little bit more blue on the other side. So for the light one, I just use mostly white and like a touch of blue. For the contour, just gonna go in with both of those blue colors and mix them together. I mostly want to get the green out of this other aqua sort of color. So we got my highlight and my contour color. I'm gonna grab a small foundation brush and I'm gonna go in with my highlight first through the center of my nose, a little bit on the nostrils. I'm gonna go over these brows, and I'm doing a stippling motion as opposed to a sweeping motion. A sweeping motion would pick up the color that's underneath. This is placing the color just on top. And then I'm gonna go underneath my eyes. Now I sort of have a tiny face and a weak jawline, so I'm actually gonna emphasize my jaw a little bit more with this highlight. Okay, so we got some highlight on there. I do think I'm gonna go through with just some plain white because this isn't quite contrasty enough for me. Okay, so we got our highlight colors on. I'm gonna actually grab a different brush and do the contour. Again, small brush. Now, I don't have a whole lot of real estate to work with when it comes to contouring, so I'm gonna do my contour probably a little bit higher than Juno does hers. And I am gonna bring it up a little bit into a curve, adding underneath my jawline. Again, I'm emphasizing my jawline because I got a tiny little jaw. I'm really trying to round out my face more. So I'm just trying to round out my face as opposed to following my natural anatomy. I get a smaller brush from my nose. Now I am notoriously bad at nose contour. Let's see, so I'm also gonna try to add some of the contour for my eyes in here as well. Like follows along the same lines as the nose contour. And I think this is what usually messes me up in drag makeup is I do my eyebrows like way too high and my eyelid way too high. First off, I don't have enough real estate for that to happen. But then also drag queens don't even do that. Like, I go way too high up, so I'm trying to be more subtle with how I'm placing this. Mostly I'm just trying to correct the mistakes I have made in the past. Okay, so I think that's it for the contouring. I'm gonna start to blend that in with my sponge. And I'm trying not to fully blend it out. I want to still keep that sort of harsher line, but I want the edges to be more faded out, if that makes sense. You still want that block of color, but at least for Juno, I'm not having any harsh lines anywhere. I believe my contour is blended enough. So now the next step is to bake my face. Juno usually does this with Ben Nye's Super White powder. I don't have enough Super White to be doing this, so I'm just gonna use my RCMA powder. Let's really just pack it on there. Again, you always wanna do stippling motions. You never wanna sweep across, because then that will pick up the color. Oh, my poor dry skin is gonna hate me. So now that I'm properly loaded up with color and my face is feeling as dry as ever, I'm gonna start on my eyes. First, I'm gonna start out with a little bit of the contour in the lid area. I'm gonna go in using the Snozzberry color from her collection. I'm kind of just following the line where I had placed that contour before, going up, and then down, kind of like across where my eyebrow is. I'm sort of bringing it down into here. Now that I got Snozzberry on, I'm gonna blend it out using Stunning. Next I'm going to go through and sort of define the shape a little bit with Grim Reaper mixed with a little bit of Snozzberry. Just want to get a bit of a deeper tone at the bottom before I do the cut crease. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend that guy out. Great. Now I'm gonna go through and sort of cut the crease with a little bit of that highlight color that I had. Now I'm gonna go in with Bonehilda and just really pack it on where that cut crease is and a little bit up here where the new brow bone will be. So we packed on Bonehilda onto our eyelids and just above where the brow bone is. I want to add a little bit of Lavenderous into the corner in here just to give a little bit more dimension. I am going to add a little bit of the Bonehilda just in my tear duct area, right in there. Next step is going to be adding the eyebrows. I'm going to take a little Mayron mixing liquid and I'm going to go in with a little bit of Moon Beach and Pluto Root, I believe. And with my little brush, just, oh, this part's very nerve-wracking, so I'm going to keep looking at the picture. And I don't want to do it too high. So... okay, now to do the other side. Okay, I think one's a little bit higher than the other one, but not bad. So now I'm going to take a big powder brush and dust off any of the excess powder that I have on my skin. For the most part, it's mostly absorbed by now. Now that we've had all of the powder sort of wiped away, I'm gonna deepen some of these contours using the eyeshadow colors. I'm gonna actually start out with the contour. So I'm taking Snozzberry and maybe just a little hint of Wormhole just to get a little deeper tone into there. And again, I'm trying to round out my face a little bit more, so I'm gonna go in sort of a half moon shape. And then blending up. So I don't wanna blend this line down, I wanna blend the line up into the cheek. That way there is that like sort of contrast in there. Drag makeup's a little bit harder for me, for my brain like that, because it is very theatrical, so you do want to have harsher lines than you would in like a normal like TV or film makeup, which is what I normally do. Now I'm gonna use my bigger blush brush and go in with some Stunning, just sort of marrying that all together. And this one, this edge here, I want to keep this edge on my chin sharp and then blend down. So wherever you want it to have that sort of curve, you want to leave that line harsh and then blend the other way. I'm going to take my brush and use Stunning again around my nose. Normally I hate my nose contouring skills, but they're not quite as bad today. Now I'm gonna go through with Bonehilda and add it into all of the highlights. Use a smaller brush to do the nose contour and any other tiny spots. So that is the highlight and contour. Now I'm gonna add some blush with Flamingo. Right where the apple of that cheek should be. So I'm going to use my Stila Stay All Day liner to create a winged liner look. I'm going to make it thicker than I normally do, because again, drag. Okay, that's one side. So now I'm going to take a little bit of Grim Reaper and Snozzberry and just sort of carry that line underneath my eye. Now I want to blend that out with a little bit of Lavendress. So now I'm going to go through and do my lips, and then we'll save the lashes for last. I'm going to first overline my lips and then go in with the color. So I'm taking sort of a darker neutral. Okay, so I've overdrawn the lips. Now I did not buy the lip product because most of the products I bought from her line I'm buying to use myself, not to put in my kit. And with masks and everything, I haven't been wearing a whole lot of lip products. So I did not buy the lip. So I'm gonna try to make a dupe of it. So I'm gonna add that in. Okay, so I have the color in there. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Flamingo just to sort of matte it out a little bit. You can whenever you have blue skin or like any blue, you always see how yellow your teeth are. So it's actually kind of disgusting. I don't think I'll be smiling with my teeth in this look. For the last little bit, I'm gonna add a little bit of Bonehilda and my favorite Joy Desperate into the center of the lips. We're going first with Bonehilda. Then Joy Desperate. All right, so I have placed that little bit of highlight into the center of my lips, which sort of gives that rounded look, and it's very classic Juno Birch. Okay, I think it's time for lashes. So I'm gonna curl my natural lashes first. Now I have these fucking gorgeous lashes. Oh my god, these are so thick. I can already tell my eyes are gonna hate them because I hate normal lashes. Never blow on your client's lashes, but you can blow on your own. Oh wow. Oh my god, look at them. That's nuts. Okay. On camera, it just looks like a block of black. That's crazy. They're so fluffy and light though. I did not expect them to feel this light. I might have to do a little bit of a lower lid too, just because these lashes are insane on my face. That my tiny little bottom lashes are gonna look real uneven. So I'm trimming some of these lashes. I'm gonna take the extra trimmed end and sort of stack them. There we go, that evens it out. So now I'm gonna blend in my normal lashes in with the falsies just because there's a little bit of white on them, so they're showing. She is basically done. I'm gonna seal it. Oh, last thing, let me let this dry. I do want to go in with a little bit of Joy Desperate just on the cheeks as a highlight. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put on my wig and my outfit, see how much of this I need to do, and I'll see you guys in a second for the reveal. So, as you can see, I got the look on. I did end up going with a longer sleeve shirt. I am dying, but it is better than painting the rest of my body. Now for the piece de resistance, usually Juno adds like a little bit of a highlight onto her face. I'm gonna add a little bit onto the nose, and I'm gonna try to work with these gloves, so be gentle with me. Just to the tip of my nose. Just like so. And she is complete. This is the first time I've ever done a wig like this, so it is 2 wigs sewn onto each other, and I did have a hard time curling it, so it's not exactly staying as flipped as Miss Juno, but we've done the best we can. Let me zoom out a little. I'm not gonna turn to the side. This is the full look. Oh. She's not done until she's got her glasses. Hey now, let's not try to ruin the makeup. Oh, I wish I could do a Jennifer Coolidge impression like Miss Juno can, but here she is, her full glory. Marigolds and all. So what do we think? What do we think? I'm trying to grab this picture off my mirror and I can't because my gloves struggle. Okay. So here she is. Oh. Am I her sister? Am I Miss Juno Birch? Like, who is she? What is her drag name? Go ahead and leave a comment below with what you think my drag name should be in my Miss Juno Birch look. But yeah, oh, I love that shot. That's perfect. Perfect Juno. Oh, and I didn't even show you guys. I made a little tiny dino that is also Miss Juno. Got little removable glasses and everything. I went with a beehive for her because, let me tell you, designing a wig for a dinosaur's face is very difficult. So yeah, that's my look using the Juno Birch palette from Trixie Cosmetics. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little bit from it. This is probably the most successful drag makeup that I have done in a while, so I'm pretty proud of it. My eyebrows aren't like all the way up to my hairline, which is an accomplishment. I love it. This is my favorite. I'm gonna probably keep this makeup on for longer than I should, but I love it. So if you liked this video, go ahead and give it a like. And if you like more content like this, you can go ahead and subscribe. I put videos out a little bit infrequently, so make sure you click that bell icon so that you are alerted for whenever I post new videos. I want to try to get some more Halloween content out in the future since spooky season is almost upon us. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go take a ride to the moon and, you know, gallivant for the day. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.